Maid of Honours, Michaeli and Brodie Barker. If we could just give them a round of applause. And how about their outfits, ladies and gentlemen? Absolutely unbelievable. Can everyone... Sorry?
No, we can't.
Is that volume all right for everyone? Can everyone hear? I see you, deep pocket, well done. All right. You got to talk right.
Bit nervous. Courtney Margaret Constance Barker, and today officially a Browning. Firstly, we just want to acknowledge how incredibly breathtaking you look today. You came to our mum with a vision of feathers, ruffles, bows, silk, lace, and a catsuit, and she has absolutely exceeded your expectations. Courtney, you were not put on this earth to be subtle. And today, your fabulous style has reached its pinnacle. Our mum does not expect accolades, but as you said today yourself, Courtney, Mum has well and truly outdone herself with her best work yet in dressing the entire bridal party. There are a lot of other people to thank today, but Mickey and I would especially just like to thank our beautiful cousin Jordan, who has been by our side not only today, but ever since we were little. And we really love you, George. As Courtney's two younger sisters, we have had the privilege, but not always the pleasure, of knowing Courtney our entire life. Like all sisters, we have definitely had our moments. There have been times where we laugh so hard we wet our pants. We're way too loud and we often make complete fools of ourselves. No one will ever be entertained by us as us. This includes, but is not limited to, bulk family sing-alongs, making up dance routines, physically attacking each other for cardio, because cardio is hardio, stealing each other's wardrobes, going on our ridiculously amazing holidays, our general congregation in my room, and attending each and every event of the Festival of Courtney. But doing it together is what makes it fun and perfect for us. Courtney, you have always made the impossible possible, and anything you achieve is done so with passion and success, and all while looking utterly glamorous. Nothing you ever do, as Mum would say, is half-assed. What Mickey and I admire about you most is your spontaneity. You are always up for an adventure, and because of this, you have already lived such a rich-filled life with amazing achievements. You could turn up to an athletics carnival for fun, not having ever thrown a shot put in your life, and end up representing Queensland. Or you could show up to the Noosa Triathlon hungover and come third. You could announce to your family one day that you were moving to the UK with Sally Petherbridge and were on the plane a few weeks later. Next, you were a real estate agent, having sold your first home with a lovely commission. Flight attending was next, and you were then flying across the globe and relocated to Sydney for yet another amazing journey. Wow, the pages are stuck together. During these times, you were also surfing in Hawaii, riding bikes over Italy, and bungee jumping off bridges in New Zealand. Your life is a constant adventure, having lived interstate and overseas, successfully bouncing from each career, and now enjoying motherhood in all its glory. However, true love is the greatest adventure of all. Marriage is a hopeful, generous, and infinitely kind gamble. And having committed to it today, you and Curt's life will be so much richer for it. So let the adventure begin.
Curtis, when our family first met you, who would have thought we would be standing here in Palm Cove almost 5 years later? Because yours and Courtney's paths crossed, you were destined to spend the rest of your lives together. Curtis hasn't only gained a wife today, but 4 extra siblings and a whole entire extended Barker family, who all welcome you in our lives today. The greatest gift to us in return is making Courtney so happy and seeing the father you are to Nellie. Please have more Nellies. Curtis, we would like to offer you a little bit of sisterly advice. She doesn't like to be left alone, so you have to be at her beck and call at all times. You need to hone your mind reading skills because you will need to know exactly what she wants. She never wears an outfit twice, so embrace Afterpay. And no matter how old she gets, and a mother now herself, she will always need her mum, dad, family, so be prepared for many long-haul flights. Hopefully those can be done in first class, where she truly believes she belongs.
Courtney, you have always been a girl to stand very firmly on your own 2 feet. You are a brave, strong, and wonderful sister. And my closest, truest friend. If I could give you one gift in life, it would be to have the capacity to see yourself through my eyes. Only then would you realise how special you are and how much I love you. The greatest gift Mum and Dad ever gave to us kids was each other. And it is an understatement to say how lucky we are. Although life can be uncertain, Mum and Dad demonstrate to us every single day that anything is possible. I hope you, Curtis and Nellie, share a love together that is full of life. And I hope that life together is more beautiful than this wedding. The best thing in the world to hold on to is each other. And you 3 should be truly glad that there is an infinite amount of joy ahead. Today has been filled with emotions, crying, rings, family, friends, and soon to be a lot of dancing. And Mickey and I hope that in all your days to come, you can both feel as happy as you do in this very moment.
A sister is one of the nicest things you can have and one of the best things you can be. Courtney, I am so lucky to have my sister as my best friend, and I've been so proud to be by your side today. I hope today was everything you ever dreamed of and more. Courtney, you are a woman, a friend, a daughter, a sister, now a wife, and I smile with my soul seeing you as a mother. You are smart, strong, crafty, passionate, courageous, and generous. You have so much emotion and devotion. You are someone who makes everyone smile. You watch out for us. You are so protective and want the very best for everyone. I adore you. You are crazy, wonderful, and sometimes quite weird. But it's better to be weird than boring, right? We've had some incredible times together which I will treasure in my heart forever, and I can't wait for our adventure together in France. Now Brody and I would like to share a poem with you to finish off.
Love isn't perfect. It isn't a fairy tale or a storybook, and it doesn't always come easy.
Love is overcoming obstacles, facing challenges, fighting to be together, holding on and never letting go.
It is a short word, easy to spell, difficult to define, and impossible to live without.
Love is work, but most of all, love is realizing that every hour, every minute, and every second of it was worth it because you do it together.
And love is what brought us all here together today.
So now we would like you to raise your glass of champagne because she's changed her last name.
He was helping the old man out with tethering, and he'd opened up his Safari, and the Google search page was "Father of the Bride" jokes. So without further ado, for the first time, but not the last time, and the proudest father, Richard Barker.
Yeah. Right up, very close. Can everyone hear me clearly? Can all the teachers in the room hear me clearly? Can Auntie Fran hear me clearly? Dave, can you hear me over in the back? All right, let's go. Well, Brody and Mick, you know how to put a tear in the eye of your dad, don't you? And I just want to say on behalf of my wife Tracy, welcome to Palm Cove. Someone said to me before, was I a little bit surprised with how many people? No, I'm not, because most of the people in this room are family and friends and wanted to be here. I think we arrived on Monday afternoon, and just one of the highlights over the last few days about having a wedding here in Palm Cove is just seeing how many people, how many friends, how many family catching up and enjoying each other's company and making the most out of the wedding opportunity, which is exactly what Curt and Curtis wanted. Although I will say, 12 months ago, Tracy and I came to Palm Cove after hearing of the engagement and hearing of the venue that they wanted to get married at. And with all due respect to Claire and the wonderful team here, I'm bloody surprised. The day that we came to meet with you, you couldn't see a foot in front of you from torrential rain. And it was hammering. And I thought, how on earth do you ever have a wedding here? But I don't know, Curt and Curt, the gods are smiling. What a glorious day. It was supposed to be the worst weather day in Palm Cove, and look what happened. Cruise ships, fireworks, rainbows. How many people are claiming the fireworks, by the way? So there's only one person that can claim the fireworks, and we'll leave that as a yes. Richard Brett, all the way from Moree, is claiming those fireworks. But look, I'm not going to speak long. I've been given strict instructions to be specific, straight to the point, short, sharp, get on, welcome everyone, thank everyone, raise a glass. But anyone that knows me knows that's not going to happen. Because we're going to say a few words, we're going to take a bit of time. As the celebrant did today. Did anyone notice the celebrant did the father of the bride, the father of the groom, the best man, the bridesmaids? She did all the speeches, all rolled up into one ceremony. But she did an outstanding job, and I think the service that we all were part of today was absolutely amazing. So we thank Claire and the team. So absolutely. Look, it goes without saying that weddings are very special, the special occasions, and the fact that everyone has made the effort to get here to Palm Cove is a wonderful reflection of Curt and Curt. But they're special occasions, but I would just like to acknowledge some of those relatives that were unable to travel here to make it to the wedding. And I know that Curtis's grandmother Leslie and Curt's grandfather John weren't able to travel to make it here. But I'd also like to acknowledge the grandparents that are here, Dick and Jane and Connie and Brian. So grandparents are particularly special. The other thing about Palm Cove, my wife was born in Cairns. Curt and his grandmother is from Cairns, and Palm Cove was a little weekend away destination for them as kids growing up. So it's a bit special, Connie, isn't it? So, for those that don't know, Courtney was born in a street called Little Street, and Little Street became the name of the label of the clothing, the children's clothing that Tracy made so magically well in the early years of our kids' lives. And it was funny to meet one of the daughter-in-laws, Lauren, who actually had a photo of her in a Little Street dress, didn't you? So, and I think you can see the calibre of the work that Tracy is capable of and what you saw in the bridesmaids and the bride today. Look, it's a bit sad, the next thing, but I just want to, I think it's very important to acknowledge particularly those that aren't no longer with us but have been enormously influential in Curt's life. And they are my parents, her grandparents, Noel and Breatha, but two of her uncles, my brothers, Noel and Brian. So I would like to raise our glasses and make a toast to Noel and Breatha and to Brian and Nolly. Look, I think it's also, it's also important for us to, and I know that it's one of the things that I've said about coming to a destination wedding, although I just say it's coming to a family wedding, is that it is a very important time for family and friends to catch up. So can I just take this opportunity to acknowledge the wonderful parents of Curtis in Vanessa and Russell. So I think it goes without saying, you've made us, Tracy and I and the family, very welcome, and I hope that we have also made you feel welcome into our family. And I think there are going to be many more celebrations to come with this little family of Curt, and Penelope. As I look at Courtney, this beautiful girl sitting opposite me over there, and I can tell you one of the other great things about the week that we've had is the times that we've spent together over the last week. Because the thing is that they live in France, and we've got to make the most of the time that they're here. And I can't tell you how much it means to Mum and I to spend this time with you. But I can't help reflect on the girl that she was and the woman that she's become. From the moment she was born, I've strived to be the father worthy of such a beautiful, outstanding little baby. She has given us so much joy. Although when she was born, her mother and I were delivered with some rather concerning news as young parents, as the doctor said that we may have a problem with Courtney's heart. And as the doctor left the room, we weren't sure as to what that problem was. But we were happy to know that over the years, and with expert medical assistance from the best cardiac surgeons, is that Courtney's heart is absolutely fine. And if anyone knows Curt, you know that the absolute determination that she's got, and there was no way that she was going to let this little setback impact her at all. So from a young age, she has always entertained our family. She's always put on the best concerts, the best plays, and the best pantomimes that you've ever seen. Dressing up her young sisters in the ugly bug ball dresses, grabbing her cousins, entertaining her grandparents, and making Christmas an absolute special pleasure every year. Whether with Connie and Brian and John and Joy and my parents, it was absolutely something that Curt was destined to be. A planner, an organiser. The thing about Courtney is that when she comes into a room, she lights it up. My friends have always said there is no better energy than a Courtney coming into your room. Love, laughter, and life. And that's what she's done for Tracy and I. I've got to grab my phone because, Alex will grab that. My wife sent me a message today and asked if I could just read this out at the wedding today. So, on behalf of Tracy, I'd just like to read this message to both Courtney and Curtis. In a very busy life full of hand-making and creating things, I've not created anything more beautiful than Courtney on her wedding day. I love her to pieces, and I thank her and Curt for the ridiculously amazing gift of precious Nellie. I wish Curt and Curt a happy life together. It is my job to propose a toast and raise our glasses to Courtney, but may I just say that today I felt so proud. The pleasure that I experienced in being part of the day and getting ready with the girls was pretty different to the boys' weddings. But I got to tell you, when Curt and I almost hit that chapel, we looked at each other and went, wow. The feeling was, this is real. It got very real. But can I just say at this stage that it would be an absolute honour for me to ask you all to raise your glasses and propose a toast to the young couple and Curt and wish them all the very best.
But we loved him anyway. I've got to say, what a wonderful day and what a wonderful time it is to come up here and like Richard said, be in an event wedding where we all get to spend time with one another. Because Richard and I were talking earlier and he said, so many times you come to a wedding and you meet people and greet and you're off and away. But absolutely fantastic to see us all here today and get that opportunity to connect with the families and that what we'll be part of. And
it's a wonderful feeling, and I know I'm going to talk for Vanessa and myself when Courtney and Curt we're in that chapel, and Courtney walked out the bride. We had a sense of pride that just overwhelmed us today, and we just like to. You know, I'm so happy for Curtis and Courtney because, you know, Nellie was born over in France and we knew everything was going on, and Curt just reiterated to me, like time and time again, that he's just so happy because he's going to he's marrying his best friend. And I can tell you one thing, Curt, marrying your best friend is the best feeling in the world. And the people that we have here today, and we look around and we all enjoy one another's company, and as I look down the table of guests we have here from family and friends that I hold dear, and I look through the people that we have, and I can't speak for you or all the rest, everyone, but I know the feeling from Richard and Tracy. But I look down our lot of friends, and I get that commitment. I get that feeling. I get that feeling that we're committed to one another and we love each other. And that's where we're at. Like Ness and I have been like 29 years this year or something, Ness, I don't know. 25. I can't count. 24 together. I think Richard and Tracy have been the same. And you know, the commitment we showed to one another. Like John and Anna Hodge, commitment, they gave up smoking together. They said the only time they'll ever smoke is after sex. John hasn't smoked in 5 years. Anna still smokes a packet a day. I wrote a speech, but I'm going to fucking forget it. Curt told me not to swear. I'm sorry, Curt. I'll pick that back up so I can stay on track. Okay. But everyone talks about marriage and what marriage means to them personally. And Richard touched on it before, and I didn't know this was coming, but marriage is about commitment. And it's that commitment that you're going to spend that rest of your life with someone, that you're going to love and hold them, and no matter what, through that thick and thin, that you've got that commitment that you've got their back. And sometimes you can hate them, and sometimes you can love them. I didn't bring you into it, Ness. Like, I love you always. How could I hate that? How good did my wife look today, by the way? And you wonder why I'm still in love. You know, everyone's looking for commitment. You know, you might have a hard time getting that out of smelly Cynthia. It mightn't come. But you've got to work through that, and one day you might get there. You know, that's just life. But I must admit, I did have a speech written here today, but I sort of tore it up, didn't look at the thing. Sorry, Al. But I'm really happy Richard went first. I thought I was expecting a speech, not a novel. I'll try to keep mine short and sweet. And on that, I look at our families, and I look at our families with how we accept one another and what our values are to each other. I'm lucky enough to have a wonderful family in Colt and Andy and Kath and Kirsty and Dick and Jane. But that family extends to the group of people I have here. who really means something to me and means something to Curtis and Elise and Curt. You know, you guys really stick by us, and we love you to death. Garthy and Tiki and Ma, we're a diverse bunch of people. Never let diversity stop you from embracing people, the people you love. Never let someone have a different opinion think that you mightn't want them or like them or who they are. I can see that in Richard and Tracy and your family. And it warms my heart that Richard and Tracy have got such a great family and a bond that are going to accept Curtis into their life. And accept Curtis for the fine young man he is. You know, marriage comes around from a whole different lot of circumstances. Everyone wants to draw their own piece of marriage into whatever it is. Marriage is an individual thing. It's for that individual to take from, and it's what you want to give. When I married Vanessa, I knew I had that commitment for life. That was my commitment. And my commitment was to Curtis and Elise, because that's what I love. My brother is a shining example of that commitment and the love he has for his wife and his family. My sister-in-law and Andy have that commitment to one another. My best friends in Anna and John, and Graham and Sue and Roach have that commitment to one another. And for you guys to have a baby and take that commitment, I couldn't be prouder of you and the way you look to live that life in the future. You don't know that. You go through ups and downs. It's not a life of roses. You'll have your highs and your lows. But you've taken that commitment, and I know what that commitment is because I've made it. These friends and family on this table for me, Garth and Alison, Tiki and Ma. And Garth and Alison, I've seen your commitment, Alison, in the last few years. I know yours and Tiki's Garth. I know yours, James, being a sufferance to Dick. You know, I know Jenny, the shit you put up with Dobby, you know. But I can tell you one thing, there's not a better feeling when you know, when things are going bad, that you've got that person to rely on. And the happiest thing for me, Curt and Courtney, is that you've taken that commitment where you realise that together, that you've taken that commitment, you'll work through things. And it means something to us. It does mean something to us. And that's why we go and get married. And that's why we work through the hard and the bad things. I know the commitment that Richard and Tracy have had through ups and downs in their life. And I commend you on that. You've got a wonderful family. And I'd like to welcome Tracy and Richard's family to our family. And I'm sure we're going to have many, many memories to go on with. And I look forward to them. I look forward to sharing that. I look forward to sharing Nellie. I look forward to seeing how beautiful Brody and Nikki are, and Sierra, and the whole lot. And I can guarantee you, Vanessa and I will embrace your joyous triumphs, and we'll support you. And we'll support you as Curtis's husband to Courtney. And we're here for you all the way. And that's what commitment is to me. And and I know Curtis is loyal. I know he's honest. And I know he'll tell you how it is. And he's committed. If he's married you, Courtney, he's committed to the end. And we love you as a daughter, and we welcome you and all the Barkers to our family. I'd just like to make a toast to Courtney because I think she looks really beautiful today. So we go all up standing and propose a toast to the bride. Welcome aboard. It's great to be a Browning, as Cole would say. Curtis, as Colin and my dad taught us in such a manifesting and caring way, made us be the caring, understanding, nurturing types that we are. Welcome to the world.
Behave. Hello. All right. Hello. All right. We're on. We are on. I would like to start by saying, who here thinks that Courtney? We on now? Okay, we good. Dave, a little bit louder? Oh. I would like to start by saying, who here thinks that Courtney is just marrying Curtis for his body? I bet a tiny bit thinks he hopes so. And I bet we can all guess which part. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Curtis, Courtney, the bridal party, and parents of the bride and groom, I would like to thank you all for coming today to share this special occasion. I would firstly like to congratulate the newlywed couple. Can we all again please give a round of applause for the newlyweds? What an amazing day it has been so far. And I'm sure everyone here would agree that this evening has yet best to come. Curtis, this truly has been a great honour to stand here today as your best man, and in the best man comes the role of writing the speech. I won't lie, I thought to myself, where do I even start? Now the obvious place for inspirations to start is the internet. I started with the Google search. And a couple of hours after searching, I found some really good stuff. But then I remembered I was supposed to be looking for best man's tips. The first tip was to introduce myself. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jordan. I have been good mates with Curtis for the past 9 years now. I'll be honest, I have done my best to get him this far today, overcoming the obstacles and challenges. I've had to ensure that the groom was sober, punctual, and his shoelace were tied, and fly done up as well. You know, when CB told me he was getting married, I was obviously delighted, and I wished them the both of happiness in the world. While I can't say I have been married before, I'd like to think I've picked up a few things along the years. Here, let me enlighten you. The woman should always get the final word in the argument. Anything after that will be the next argument. The best way to remember your anniversary is to forget it once. Whenever you're right, say nothing, it's not worth it. Buy flowers only occasionally, as it becomes suspicious otherwise. If asked the classic line, do I look fat?
Do not hesitate and reply where, and under no circumstances say, stand back so I can fit it all in. On a serious note, you are both generous, intelligent, and passionate people, and I know that your life together will be inspiration to the rest of us. You are so well matched and lucky to have found each other. Also, I could not forget to mention your beautiful daughter, Penelope. She is just a gem. CB, it has been great, a privilege to journey life through everything that we do, and most of all, a brother to me. Everyone in this room will agree with me that Courtney, you absolutely look stunning. But sorry, CB, you are definitely punching well above your weight. The bridesmaids, Mickey, Brody and Jordan, ladies, you look amazing. To the groomsmen, Haz and Andrew, you guys have scrubbed up all right. If I could just also thank the bridesmaids for assisting Curt and prepping her for her special day, and to the groomsmen, thank you also for helping me with my best man duties and getting CB on his 2 feet. Finally, I would like to thank you for all bearing with me since I wrote this all late last night. If you enjoyed listening to my speech as much as I enjoyed writing it, then all I can do is apologise most sincerely. I would now take the opportunity to congratulate the happy couple. Anyone who has been lucky enough to spend time in their company know what a great pair they really are. They have done such an incredible job and spent an incredible amount of money to make this such a special day. So from myself, my family, and everyone here, thank you all for the wonderful evening. Now it gives me great pleasure to ask you all to stand and raise your glass to this newlywed couple. May you live as long as you like and love as long as you live. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the best man, Jordan. Fantastic. All right. All right. Dave, you got me. Up. I'm looking at the photographer. Up. Do we all know where we're going for breakfast tomorrow? Portobello's on the Esplanade. Yeah. 10:30. If you've RSVP'd, you got to show up. No choice. What about the boat? Are we all going to the boat tomorrow? Do we all know where we're going? Get on the boat. Well, first we're getting on the bus. Viva Street outside the Alamanda Resort. At 3 p.m. sharp. 3 p.m. sharp, Alamanda Resort. The boat tomorrow. The boat tomorrow. Jesus Christ. Is everyone coming on the boat tomorrow? Sarah for the boat! Sarah for the boat! Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, we've got to move proceedings along. We're going to move. Dave, have you got us back there, Dave? Jeez, hard work, Dave. Second string MC. Oh, I get dealt this. Unbelievable. Without further ado, the man of the moment. Give Get on your feet for Curtis Brandon! On your feet, on your feet.
Off the bat, I don't know what Geordie's talking about keeping anyone sober. Tiki walked in this morning about 9:30 a.m. saying, I'd call Geordie if I was you, he's having beers with Cameron. I was like, Geordie, you don't want to get a hiding from court. Sorry. The boys actually look all right tonight. Reddy, we're doing the suit measurements, and Reddy got his measurements off his rugby pants. So they came back like parachutes because he's already got a big seat on him. But thanks to the girls, they all look amazing, and especially Tracy for decking them all out. A lot of hard work there, so thank you, Trace. And my beautiful wife now, Courtney. It was kind of weird, like, I felt really calm. It's been weird, because being away, you don't get to see everyone and chat to everyone and kind of work yourself up for the big day. And being away, and then finally coming back, it's like, oh yeah, this is happening. Coming up here and seeing everyone who's so close and dear to us stroll in over the last few days has been really awesome. And I know Courtney and I are really humbled just to see that everyone actually travelled for us. It's really touching, and no, you're all such huge parts of our lives, and it's awesome to have you all here. So cheers to you all. I want to thank my parents. Everything you guys have done for us, me and Elise, over the years, you've really given us the best start to life that we could ever ask for. And the love, care, patience, everything you've done for us has been second to none. And I know if I can be half the father that you guys were to me for Nelly, I'll do a mighty fine job. So thank you. To Richard and Trace, it's a real honour to be a part of your family, and geez, there's a lot of you, but I love every single one of you. Since day dot, you've been really welcoming. You've opened me with welcome arms. Since, well, I think I was 18 when I first met Curt. Cheers, Curt. Yeah. There was a bit of heat at the start, but we come good. No, you guys have been unreal since day dot. You've always been extremely welcoming. For years, like, not just today, but for years, I've really felt like a part of your family, and I love every single one of you to the day that I go, just like Courtney. Like I said before, and like it's been said, Courtney's my best friend, and to share this day with her and to see her walk down the aisles, I don't even know how to put it into words. Like I was saying, it was weird not knowing, like seeing everyone beforehand, and I saw Trace walk down with Nelly and Sierra, and it really hit me back. And then Brody walked down and she was in complete tears, and that broke me. And then seeing Curt and Rich break down as they were walking down, I was like, oh, it's all too much. But it's serious. I kind of asked for a better day with everyone who means so much to me, and to see my beautiful wife Courtney walk down the aisle and spend this evening with her, it's been awesome. So thank you all again. Tracy in particular has put so much work into this day, and I know it's been said, but she made 14 dresses for the 14. So we've been 30. There you go, 30. But we've been living at Richard and Tracy since we've been back the last. Every morning, I'll be up with Nelly at 5:30. Richard will come out, give her a cuddle, let me go back to bed. And as I'm going back to bed, Trace is on the sewing machine. I just see that, making sure everything's good. Even up to the morning of our flight, Richard's getting his pants taken up. But Tracy, the friendship you and Courtney have together is unlike anything else I've ever seen, and she truly is her best friend. You're her best friend, and inspiration and role model, and the bond you two have is incredible, and I've loved being able to see that over the last few years. And Courtney asked me, on behalf of her, for everyone to stand up and give a toast to you and all the work you've done for today. To Tracy. Back to my groomsmen. I couldn't have been happier to share this day with my 3 closest mates. And like my dad was saying before, 3 mates that'll go with me for the rest of my life. And I know they'll always be there for me when I need you. And I'll always be there for you. So thanks again for being up there by my side today and sharing this moment with me and Courtney. Apparently they've got options. But back to my beautiful wife, Courtney. I'm completely overwhelmed at how amazing you look today, and I can't believe how privileged I am that you actually said yes. You are the love of my life, and I am so, so fortunate to be able to spend the rest of my life with you, and I hope that every day of ours together is as happy as we are today. I love you with all my heart. So could you all please stand and give a toast to Courtney? Enjoy the rest of your night. Love you all. Drink lots.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Curtis Browning. Just quickly before we move on, obviously I was second string MC, as all of you probably know. We've got a quick, as he walks the bin out, Jay Spark was obviously the first choice MC tonight. He said no because he wanted to get drunk. So we're going to get him drunk. We got a shot for Jay Sparger in front of the group. The killer. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Sparger. Did he do it? Did he do it? I didn't see him do it. Another shot. Another shot. No. All right. Is it water? Mum said it was water. Get another shot up here. No. We're going to wrap official proceedings up pretty soon, but it's going to take just one moment to talk about my sister, Courtney, that we were, some of you may not know, we were born on the same day. Similarities stop there, but a couple of weeks ago I said to you, and I may have been more intoxicated than I am now, but I think I meant it. When I saw you become a mother, you changed as a person, and you've just been, for lack of a better word, you've been inspirational, and the family has just loved you ever since. No, what? No. What was that? Not that we didn't love you before. Yes, of course. What I'm trying to say is, Curt, you've got 4 brothers and sisters that have been immensely proud of you, and you've brought Curtis into your life, and he's going to be as good a dad as you're going to be a mum. So, just for one more time, can we just give a round of applause for Curtis and Courtney? And if we could just get them up for the ceremonial cutting of the cake up the front here, please. And there goes the cake. And just before we wrap up, just a reminder tonight, after the official festivities cease tonight, we're going to Appraise. Does everyone know what Appraise is?
If I can just get the Brownings to stand up, please. All the people that have come with the Brownings today, charge your glasses to the Baxter, to the Barker family, please. Stand. Everybody stand that's with the Browning family that's come. Charge your glasses to the Barker family, please. Three tables to one. Geez, it's not good. Can I ask the Barker family to stand, please? Is there anybody else in the back? Can you charge your glasses to the Browning family? Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. The journey with me and Curtis has been, obviously my boys played a lot of rugby with Curtis and that 2009 side at State High. It's been a privilege to be able to meet Curt. He came on from there and then made the Australian Schoolboys, and Garth and I, along with a lot of other people, with the Brownings, we did the tour with them and with the Roaches. So we all went over to the UK and did the tour. For me, it's a great privilege to get up here and speak in front of a lot of people, because what rugby gives to me and what rugby gives to a lot of people is just so much for. You can walk into a club. Eric Rush said to me one time when he spoke in a function of ours, he says, you walk to any club in the world and you go 15 friends straight away. Unlike Reedy tonight, when he walked in and danced, how pathetic was that? Hey? How pathetic was that? Reedy, I'm going to go and tell bloody Paddy Richards you're useless. But ladies and gentlemen, tonight is about these two and how they've come across. And I just want to share a word with them and hopefully to grasp something with them. My mum left something for me, and it's a scripture from the Bible. And the Bible is from the Old Testament of the Proverbs. And I hope that this can go forward with them in their life. And it's from the book of the Proverbs. Train up a child in the way he should be. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. Really strong words. So now they've had a family. They've gone to having a family. With Geordie, I've always said to Geordie, it doesn't matter where you go in the world, boy. Doesn't matter where you go in the world. All mum wants is a phone call. Where you go, land, wherever you are, playing sevens for Australia, wherever you go, just ring and just say, Mum, I'm here, I'm good. Then move on to the next country. Mum, I'm here, I'm good. That's all we've ever asked from him. And this is the thing that we need to give back to our mothers, because I believe that our mums are really, really strong. They are the pinnacle of where we are today. For you, Curt, as you enter that world, and you've gone into that world now, wish both of you and Curtis, all the best. For me and my mother tongue, my Cook Island tongue, I say Ke Manuia, which means God's blessings go with you both. Cheers, family.
Okay, let's drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Alex is a little bit concerned about saying that after Tiki just mentioned his little speech, but I'm not
shy to say, get down there, let's go, hurry up. Dave, fluff balls, get down there. Or not.
Well, that wraps up formal proceedings, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. The bride has asked you all to be on the dance floor.